Would you do the dirty with a robot? I'm not sure if I would. It's something that I've certainly thought about before. It's something I've thought about when people talk about sex robots. I think, how would that work? How would that feel? That is a very strange thing. It is like the next step up from dolls. But what if these dolls had desires? What if these robots had needs and wants of their own? Hello and welcome back to Medium Rare. My name is Rag Reynolds and today we are talking about sex robots with coding flaws, prone to assaulting humans. Dr. David Levy told Daily Star Online it will be important to teach the robots of the future about consent because they will have their own sexual desires. Sex robots will need to be programmed correctly in order to avoid assault, an expert has claimed. Dr. David Levy believes robots of the future will have their own sexual desires as part of their own artificial intelligence, libidos. But he says they will be stronger and it will be important to program robots with consent. The computer science professor therefore warns robots that are not programmed correctly risk overstepping the boundaries of human consent. Speaking at Raspberry Dream Labs event, he told Daily Star Online, "It makes sense for us to debate what should be the boundaries for consent given by humans to robots. When in a decade or so a sophisticated sex robot indicates to a human partner that it's in the mood for sex, what will be the moral and legal boundaries involved in its human partner's response? I consider the issue of human consent in the context of a heterosexual male bot that expresses a desire for a human female partner. The robots of the future will increasingly have artificial personalities, emotions, desires, and one of those desires of a heterosexual male bot will be to engage in sexual activity with women. The strength of a male bot's artificial intelligence libido will be one of the factors affecting how often and in what ways it intends to initiate intercourse. That factor will need to be moderated by the constraints of whatever consent policy has been programmed into the robot." He continued, "It is clearly going to be a non-trivial task to teach robots how to navigate appropriately through sexual scenarios and how to behave when woman is not explicit in expressing her consent or refusal." Does that frighten anyone else? Because it sure as hell frightens me. There are women out there already who are terrified at the thought of a man doing something to her. But now imagine a robot. How do you stop a robot, this metal machine, grabbing you, whether you're a man, a woman, an animal, anything? And this robot, what if their little sexual libido just, something's broken in there, in their artificial chip? Oh, and now they're gonna take everything. Why? Can someone explain to me, who had the idea of giving a robot a libido? With human beings, it's a biological thing. You have a biological libido, you need to get a little release every now and again. That's something that's necessary for human beings in biology to make our bodies work properly and to be healthy and happy. With a robot, you can choose the boundaries of what makes the robot tick well, what makes it get angry, all the rest of it. You're creating the artificial intelligence. You can choose. And yes, you can still say, okay, we want to have sex robots. So you just say, we will make it so that you can ask your robot, can you have sex with me, please? And the robot will say, yes, of course, because the robot doesn't care. The robot doesn't really feel. It's artificial. So why can't we just do that? Why do we then have to go a step further and add in the possibility of robots having their own individual libidos? Why do we need to add that to a robot? What does that accomplish? What does that do for anyone other than cause potential dangers such as robots out there assaulting people? That is genuinely terrifying to me, and I don't understand why we need to do this. I don't understand why someone thought, you know what, I'm going to make it so that these robots want to have sex. Not just that they will have sex, not just that they can have sex, but we're going to make it so they want to have sex. What is this? Is this something to do? Is this just some way of making it so that it doesn't just seem like we're enslaving robots or something? Do you not want it to seem like you've got a robot sex slave or something? Is that why you want to give them their own libido, so that they will sometimes initiate sex, so that you think, okay, I'm not this horrible guy keeping a robot around for... Honestly, I'm just rambling at this point, but I'm genuinely flabbergasted at the idea of giving an artificial creation a libido. What's next? Are they going to give it fetishes? Are they going to give it little kinks? Are we going to get DDLG robots or something? Are we going to get robots interested in bondage that are going to go tie people up? I definitely am not excited to see the robots interested in spanking when they start smacking people on the ass. That is going to hurt. And especially when you talk about, what if their consent isn't programmed properly? Oh no. That is going to lead to disaster. I can read the headlines now. Sex robot chokes man to death. Sex robot forcibly has sex with woman until she dies. I can see this stuff happening. I can see the headlines already. These robots are not going to stop. They don't get tired. They're incredibly strong. They're not going to stop until a power runs out on them. They need to charge up or something. And what if they've got some sort of portable battery supply? I don't know how this stuff's going to work. Either way, this doesn't sit quite right with me. And that's not to say that having sex robots in general is a terrible thing. I find it to be a curious idea. It's probably not something that I would go out and buy. It's not something I really care much about, but I do find it to be quite interesting, and it's something I would like to learn a little more about just to understand it. I guess it's just basically a step up from love dolls, I suppose. It's not really some bizarre idea. But what certainly is a bizarre idea is adding this libido, if you ask me. But anyway, those are just my thoughts here. That's where I'm going to stop with this story. Be sure to let me know what you're thinking about this in those comments down below. What do you think about adding libidos to sex robots? That's just, as I keep saying, to me it's a very strange idea. Maybe you love the idea. Maybe that's what you've been dreaming of your whole life. Tell me in those comments down below. Maybe I'll start to understand it. Anyway, until next time, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you turn on the notifications, leave a like on this video, and let me know what you think in those comments down below. Until next time, my name is Rag Reynolds, and this was Medium Rare.